Also, I should probably add like custom thumbnails to my game. Should I do that now? No, I was gonna try to take a screenshot. Skip dialogue? Why is that an option? Isn't that part of this game? Is that you listen to the dialogue? It's okay. I'll do the thumbnail later. It's not that important. Welcome. Good evening, Mr. Bailey's. Evening. Am I the first customer tonight? You are? That's new. Freya's not here? She said she's coming later tonight. Got something to do with meeting some fellow writer friends. Why not do it here? It's her favorite place, right? Her friends have visited this place from time to time, just not as much as her. Writers gathering, huh? I wonder what writers talk about when they're hanging out. I've known them for some years now. She has this habit, you know. If she said they're friends, it means they're just hanging out normally. But if she said they're writer friends, they're probably talking about work. Either giving each other feedback on their latest drafts, or sharing and validating ideas. Interesting. They even use code words for meeting up. Oh, it's not like that. She doesn't even realize that's what she said. I just picked up on it. That's even more interesting. Are you always so observant? It's part of the job. Why is that? People come here every day. Some of them aren't as talkative as others, but their body language can be loud and clear. It can tell you a lot of things, whether they need a friendly ear or just want to be alone. It applies to what they're ordering as well, because, you know, sometimes what people want is not what they need. That's deeper than I would have thought. So, what are you reading for me now? I won't say. Why? That would break the charm. The hell was that? I guess I can say this much. Whatever I say or do to our customers, it's always related to what I'm getting from their body language, including our interaction now. Man, now I see why you didn't want to share. Even that was enough to make me feel like I'm naked in front of you. By the way, I haven't ordered anything. What are you having tonight? Hot chocolate with ginger and cinnamon. I heard that's a good drink for a bitter heart. Hot chocolate with ginger and cinnamon. It's literally called bitter heart. I didn't know that. Here you go. Huh, you're a pretty romantic person, huh? Spending extra time decorating this drink only for special people and special drinks. Say, barista, tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? Anything. How old are you? Old enough to open a coffee shop. Oh man. I guess I should say sorry for asking about that. It's alright, but that's the only answer I can give. Now you're making me wonder what I should ask next. Hello everyone. Oh, Freya does not look so good. Her eyebrows are twitching and she's got lines all over her face. Why are you both looking at me like that? Freya, you look horrible. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. No, I don't. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to echo our dear barista. Yeah, you do. What happened? You'd better be asking what didn't happen, because the answer would be proper sleep and decent progress on my draft. You need to rest. And miss my deadline? Hell no. Sorry, Baileys. I won't be able to keep you company, because I have to finish this thing. And for that, I'll need a whole hell of a lot of espresso. Are you sure about that? You should really just rest. Get something to help you sleep. Espresso. Please? Is that what I look like when I am asking Cam to make me a coffee? Because I do not look so good. Eyebrow twitching, purple bags under my eyes. I don't want to do this. You really need to have a rest, Freya. Just give me the damned espresso. Okay. This will keep me from falling asleep. How was the meeting? It was pretty good. I got a lot of good advice, but that also means things. And not a small number of them, mind you, need to be rewritten. Oh. Oh. It's not that bad. Rewriting is part of the process. It's just I'm going to my usual corner. Thanks to your coffee, I might make it through the night. She looks horrible. She does. But don't worry about her. She'll finish it. This isn't the first time she's acted like this. No, but this time the stakes are pretty high. So, what brings you here today? I'm not even sure myself. I had no plan tonight, and this place just came to mind out of the blue. I'll have to thank your subconscious then. I guess you should. Not sure whether I should thank it or not, though. Hi, Lua. Hi, Baileys. How? You first. No, you first. I was just gonna ask, how are you doing? I'm fine, thanks. How about you? I'm good, yeah. I think I need to order something first. Oh, of course, go ahead. Hi, barista. What are you having this evening, Miss Lua? Gingerbread coffee, please. How do I make that again? I forget. Gingerbread coffee? Is it a ginger latte or is it different? I'm actually not sure. It's such a slight difference that it could make a difference. Gingerbread latte coffee story. I don't have bread as an ingredient though. Coffee, ginger, and cinnamon. Apparently. This just doesn't make sense because it looks like there's milk in it, but there's no milk in the ingredients. Here it is. Thank you. My grandma used to make this drink for me. It reminds me so much of her. It reminds me of when I was growing up with my family. How's work? It's going pretty okay. And you? I'm not taking any new jobs on at the moment because, well, you know. Yeah, I get it. You have enough in your savings, right? That's a very Lua thing to ask. But yeah, I do, thanks to that last annoying job. It went well in the end? It kinda did. They paid me on time at least. And the pay was amazing. How long are you planning to take a break for? I don't know. Until my problems are settled, I guess. And what problems are those? I'll tell you this, but don't tell anyone, okay? Not even barista who's standing in front of us? Not even barista. Okay. So, there's this girl. I love her. And we've been going out for a few years, but I'm not really sure where we stand now. How can you not be sure? We had an argument about a week ago. It wasn't anything new, but somehow things escalated uncontrollably. Why is that? I assume both of us were just tired, knowing that we're fighting against centuries of tradition. We haven't really talked since our last fight. Leaving things unresolved is not a good idea, but I can't bring myself to start the conversation. Why? Even I'm not sure about that. Pride, maybe? Or tiredness? Or knowing that, chances are, we won't be able to find the best solution for everyone anyway. Baileys? I have a question. Go ahead. What do you think she's feeling right now? To be honest, I don't know. She's not like me, that's for sure, thankfully. Why? At least it won't affect her professional life that much. I'm glad I'm a freelancer. It means I can just take a break from work without so many problems. I'm not as professional as her, you can see. I think you're wrong. Really? If I were her, I would find it difficult to live life as usual, but I'd put on a lot of masks, just to hide the feeling I was going through. That sounds difficult and uncomfortable. It is. But a friend told me once, you gotta do what you gotta do. Must be a pretty cool guy. He is. What's next for us, Baileys? I don't know, Lua. I met some new people this week, including that supermodel. You knew? That girl in the corner told me. Yeah, including that supermodel. And how does that make you feel? Like a fool. What? He's had a lot of things that I've been trying to avoid thinking about, a lot of truths. He's a bit like you know, attitude-wise. You get along with him. I doubt it. Opposites attract, but similarity breeds contempt. Ever heard of that before? A lot, actually. From a certain hipster elf. And after listening to that guy, what's your stance on, you know, us? I'm not sure, Bailey's. What about you yourself? Had any similar experiences this week? I have. In fact, you met a vampire and I met a werewolf. What are the odds? What are the odds indeed? What did your werewolf say? Not much to be honest, but he made a good point about the importance of family. Bailey's, I know I've been stubborn about you wanting to make peace with my family, and I know that's very important for you, but Freya said something that kind of hit me hard. What was it? I was just using you as an excuse to escape my family when I actually want to do that anyway, for myself. You know me, Bailey's. I do. And you know how I feel uncomfortable with people leaving their families, which makes me an asshole, I guess. I get why you think that way, Lua. Blood is thicker than water. What should we do? Lua? Yes, Bailey's? Please let me leave my family. I'll try to get your family to accept me. That sounds like the easier thing to do after all. But you'll lose your immortality. You'll be an outcast among other elves. An outcast from a bunch of overly pretentious people? Sounds great. You'll live a long time, but you won't have the perfect health and perfect life that's the elven privilege. But it's not a perfect life without you. What if our relationship doesn't last? You'll have lost everything and you'll blame me. Lua, I will never blame you for anything. If we're talking about who I used to be, that guy would never have blamed himself. 100 reasons for why something failed, but never anything to do with him. But that won't happen with us. And you know why? Because I've learned so many things by being with you for 10 years. It made me a better person. So you don't need to worry about any of that, because right now, you are the most important part of my life. And I don't need an immortal life, because without you, it wouldn't be a life worth living. Bailey's, I believe in you. Oh shit. Oh? Alright kids, close your eyes. Lua? Bailey's? I feel like we're living in a soap opera. It seems so. So what's our plan? Tomorrow's Saturday. Are we going on a date? We're going to my parents' place. Oh. And I want you to come with me. What? That's so sudden. Did you already have plans for tomorrow? Well, no, it's just I'm not prepared to meet them. We'll be fine. You don't want to tell them about this first? It'll be alright. Well, they never forbade you from dating other races. They're not big fans of elves, that much is true, but you can prove them wrong. Okay, this could be a good first step. It is. It's set then. I don't know what'll happen tomorrow, but we can think about it, and anything else, later. I'm with you on that. So, does that mean you don't mind me? I had my doubts, but now I'm sure. I can trust you. Lua, thank you. Are you still staying at Farron's house? Yeah, you're staying with me tonight. Huh? What about your roommate? He's away for the weekend, taking a long weekend getaway until Sunday night. Fate is on our side, it seems. Hey, barista. Yes, we're leaving. Thank you so much for keeping up with us this past week. The pleasure was mine. We're off then. See ya. Thank you for coming. Hey, yo, it's true. What the heck? It's getting spicy up in here, for real. All y'all kids gotta close your eyes and ears. That was pretty intense. Oh, you're back in the real world. I just pretend not to notice. They're like one of the main reasons why I'm writing this story. So I have to see their struggle through to the end. It's important for the writing, you know? That's cold. What? It's not like that. It's just that... Yeah, that was cold. I'm sorry. You look better than before, though. For now. I can't tell you how I feel until it's done. And I... Oh! He's angry. Roar! Yo, this music kinda jamming though. Roar! Whoa! Freya, get over here. This wolf? Is that him? I think so. Welcome, sir. Thank God these are voiced, because I could not ever, I couldn't. Are you crazy? You can't treat a werewolf in a fury like a normal customer. Trust me, he must have his reasons for coming here. I don't even want to attempt it. You can relax, sir. Do you need anything? Something to calm you down, maybe? What was it again? Oh! Tea, milk, and ginger. I wonder if you don't do it fast enough, if you, like, actually die or something. Here's your... Oh my gosh. That was something. What the hell? Is that really him? After seeing the reaction to that drink? 100%. Well, whoever he is. This place survived. Thankfully, yes. But I think I need to close up shop early. Don't want to cause any more ruckus. And I need to clean up some of this mess anyway. Good idea. Can you get back all right by yourself? I'll manage. Take care on your way back. You be careful too. See you tomorrow. See ya. Coachella 2020 Do's and Don'ts. Atlantic ambassador in talks with the fire regarding immigration. Weird Steam Company criticized for unfair depictions of werewolf in their latest box office. Start the day. Welcome. Good evening, Freya. Oh, hi. When was the last time that you slept? I still sleep like a normal person, you know. I just slept for 6 hours last night. No, I've slept 6 hours this week. That's not healthy. Get some rest, really. I can rest when it's done. That's stupid. Oh, shut up. So, what's your plan now? Now, as in right at this moment? I'm planning to go to the bathroom and wash my face. I need to make sure I don't look like a dead woman walking. And after that, I'll continue writing. Freya? Oh well. You know where the bathroom is. Okay, I need something to drink now. Freya, you're unemployed. Don't waste your money on coffee shop drinks. This is so weird coming from a coffee shop owner. I know, but you've been a regular for years. If you only need the vibes of the place, just right here. No, I can't do that. You don't have any customers tonight. What would I do if this place went bankrupt? It won't happen. How can you be so sure? Just take this tap water and go do your work, okay? But... See? There's a customer coming right now, so don't you worry about me. Oh. Hi, Gala. What's wrong? I know you're a man of few words, but this is maybe pushing it a bit. Freya, barista, I'm truly very sorry for what happened yesterday. Gala, hey, it's alright. No one got hurt, right? And the coffee shop's fine. Don't think about it too much, Gala. Like Freya said, no casualties and no problem with the coffee shop. I still need to redeem myself for the mess I made and the scare I gave you. I'm sure there's something that I can do. Why don't you buy something for the lady here? I'm sure she'll appreciate it. Hey, what do you mean? You want anything to drink, Freya? No, it's alright, Gala. I insist. You don't have to. Please accept it. At least it'll help me stop feeling so guilty. At least a little. Alright, alright. I wouldn't mind coffee. Not an espresso, mind you. Something with a little less of a kick. You know how to make a sugar and spice? The one with cinnamon? Yes, a cup of sugar and spice, please. I actually don't know how to make that. Anybody know how to make a sugar and spice? Coffee. Cinnamon. I'm gonna be honest, I'm looking it up because I can't do it. I'm too lazy to experiment. I know you're supposed to probably experiment and that's part of the game, but honestly, I'm here for the story now. Sugar and spice for the lady with the vices. Hey! Oh, well, I won't complain. Thank you, Gala. Don't mention it. Barista, are you sure there's nothing I can do for you? You don't have to do anything, Gala. It's fine. But, to be honest, curious. What happened yesterday? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you usually stay indoors during the full moon, don't you? I usually do, but there was an emergency at the hospital yesterday. What kind of emergency? The hospital was really packed yesterday after that announcement. Announcement? The one saying that a replacement government-issued Fury sedative will be available soon. Releasing that news on the day of the full moon was just stupid. So many restless werewolves came asking about the sedative, which wasn't even ready yet. But the announcement said it wasn't ready, just that it was coming soon. Do you think people read the whole article? They only saw the headline or glanced at it at the news stall, and then they went straight to the hospital. I don't blame them though. Finding out that the only publicly available sedative is dangerous, difficult for some people. I ended up having to explain it to a dozen of werewolves. I even had to put some rogue werewolves in the isolation rooms. It was that bad, huh? Yeah, to the point where we ran out of rooms to put them in. That's why, at the end of my shift, I left immediately. Normally, I'd have asked a friend to lock me in one of the isolation rooms, of course, but I couldn't. So I rushed back to my apartment, but it was too late. Thankfully, I was in this area, and I managed to force myself to come to your place. Gala, excuse me for asking this. Yes? But you didn't hurt anyone on the way here, right? As far as I remember, no. And I didn't see any blood on my clothes. That's good to hear. This might sound overly confident, considering what happened yesterday, but I have enough control to make sure I don't hurt anyone, as long as I have something to direct my fury towards. Usually, I end up destroying stuff around me, or worst case, hurting myself. Despite all of that, I'm still glad that no one got hurt. Always looking for the positive side, aren't you? Just doing my job. Thanks, both of you, and I really mean it, but please, if there's anything I can do to if there's anything I can do to help, please don't hesitate to ask right away. Will do. In the meantime, can I order a drink? Sure, what are you having? The same as yesterday. These werewolves are so silly. I understand why there's so many bandages everywhere though, because like his skin literally turns into fur, and I'm pretty sure it just expands out of his arms and stuff. So I can't imagine that'll be comfortable. Here's your special brew. Thank you. That drink saved me. Once again, thank you for helping me find this drink. By the way, Gala, now that you can be 100% sure that the drink is your natural sedative, why don't you put it in a bottle and carry it with you everywhere? That's the plan. It has to be warm though. I could use a vacuum flask, I suppose. I'll give it a try next full moon. Don't worry, Freya. I'm going to stay at my place for the next full moon, taking any risk, before I can make sure how effective that remedy is. Whew. What the? Rachel? What's going on? What else? Your father? Of course. What the hell was he thinking, coming backstage at Coachella just to get into an argument with my manager? Huh? Before we continue, barista, a cafe latte, please. I think she needs some latte art, so attempt to make a heart. Invert. Heart. I feel like it's getting worse. Okay, I think I need to be fast. It just looks worse and worse, man. Okay, that looks good enough. Your cafe latte is ready. Thank you. How did he manage to get backstage? He told security he was my father, and he messaged me about coming beforehand. Said he was just gonna wish me luck, so I told him to let him in, of course. He's still my father. Things were nice at first, and then my manager came, and then I don't know why he hates him so much. It's showbiz. I'm mature enough to know that whether he's good or bad. What happened after that? Mr. Lester told the security guards to kick him out. He's still allowed in the festival area. I saw him in the crowds. Did the concert go well at least? Oh, yeah, other than the arguments backstage, everything was great. I was the first one to play on the main stage. Usually, no one pays much attention to whoever's on first, but there were thousands of people in the audience during my session. Nice. So, you don't need to be at the event anymore after this? Not really, I did my stage time. And then there's this press conference after my show. An after-show press conference? Yeah, the pre-show was done yesterday. Today was a small one. There were almost a dozen journalists who wanted to interview. So we decided to just do a mini conference. Good for you. You're totally back in the game, huh? I guess I am, thanks to Mr. Lester. I would say it's because of you, but your manager's probably worked some of his influence too. So, why are you here? Ugh, because of Dad, of course. I told him to come here this evening. We really need to set things straight. He needs to stop messing with my manager so much. Because this evening is the only time we can meet, I can't go to the party Mr. Lester is hosting. What party? He's hosting a party for the VIPs and artists he managed at a club in Belltown. Is it okay for you to go to the party without a guardian? I'm 18, remember? I'm an adult. Yeah, but you can only enter some clubs if you're 21. Not this time, because Mr. Lester is my manager and it's his party. I'm not sure about that. It's true. No, I know you can do that by using his name, but I don't think he should do that with you. Why? I'm an adult. No, you're not, Rachel. Have you ever been to one of Lester's parties? Well, no. You have? Not personally, but I've heard stories. What stories? He knows how to party. That's good then. Not necessarily a good thing. Knowing how to party might mean something else entirely. I don't know what you're talking about. You'll find out, especially if you keep Lester on as your manager. Personally, I don't mind wild parties, but inviting an underage person to his party, that might be a bit too far. Well, huh? Oh, wait. Why does he kind of look like Tom and Jerry, like the cat from Tom and Jerry? What the hell? Oh no, Dad! What? Rachel, is that Mr. Hendry? Yes. Dad, what happened? Barista, can you get a cup of milk for him, please? Just milk? Just milk. I thought you weren't supposed to give cats milk. That was bad for them. Here you go. Oh, he spilled it because he couldn't lift up the cup. Thank you. Dad, please hold on. Can somebody help me call an ambulance, please? They're on the way. I've contacted the hospital. Thank you. I've also contacted our Neko Mimi expert personally. She's off shift right now, but she's also on the way. Thank you so much. I don't even know what might have happened without your help. Don't mention it. Here they come. I'll go with you. Okay. Oh boy, that was really something. Yeah, 2 days in a row, an emergency at your place. Well, at least some people think of your place as their go-to when they need help. You're right. It's not every day you look at things from the bright side. Well, I'm one of your coffee shop disciples, right? So I kind of understand them. I hope Henry's alright. At least he's in good hands now. What's your plan for the rest of the night? Well, that was all pretty hectic, but I need to continue writing. Take your time and place then. Will do. They're both cats. Their, like, race is called Neko Mimi, and they can, like, turn into cats at will. So they're saying, like, earlier in the chapters that they prefer to, like, travel as cats, but then they have the ability to turn into, like, people as well. So they have, like, a human form. I think her dad got beat up because the girl had cat ears. She's like a idol, and she's 18, and her dad's really worried that her manager's trying to like take advantage of her. And so he went backstage to the concert to confront her manager because he's like gives off creepy vibes, like trying to invite her to clubs and like party after show parties, but she's like only 18, and her dad was really worried about her. I think he got into a fight. And maybe when you're like injured as a Neko Mimi, you can't transform or something. I'm not sure. You have to wait and find out, I guess. Police raid on private Coachella after party is biggest drug and sex related bust of the year. What is this photo? Why is there somebody with like a medical gown on, but their butt cheeks are showing. That makes me uncomfortable. Fight broke out during Coachella. Culprits in police custody. Despite the arrests, Coachella will go on. Welcome. Hey Pop. Good evening, everyone. Everyone safe and sound tonight? So far, so good, officer. But the cop who's supposed to be watching this area hanging out in the coffee shop? I'm not so sure about that. Hey, I'm working right now. I just love multitasking, you know? That requires skill. Taking a break and working at the same time, you mean? You know it. That's an oxymoron. That's why I said it requires skill. Anyway, barista, I really need an espresso to keep you awake tonight. An energetic espresso to keep our officer upright on patrol. You and your sense of humor. Your espressos are always out of this world. Definitely better than mine or my wife's. It's not a competition, officer. It is for her. She thought if she could make a better one, I'd stop coming to this place so often. That's not happening anytime soon. So, anything special today? Surprisingly, no. Gotta make sure this place is safe though. What are you grinning about? I mean it. You were here the last 2 days, right? Yeah, I was. Some pretty crazy things happened here. And 2 days in a row. As if the gods were trying to give me first-hand experience. Using my story. Still fretting over your story, eh? Well, the deadline for my draft is getting nearer. Yeah. How's it going? Quantity-wise, it's up pretty well. Quality-wise, honestly, I'm pretty confident. Best of luck then. Do you have any updates about the last 2 days' chaos? For the werewolf case? I spoke to Gala about it. What? Are you going to arrest him? Some officers at the precinct were talking about it, but in the end, we agreed not to do it, because he really helped a lot that night. We asked some folks in the hospital, and some other people in the area, and without him, we would have had a lot more problems. He helped a lot getting most of the werewolves safe in the hospital. Too bad he couldn't lock himself up in time. Thankfully, he didn't hurt anybody, so those who would rather detain him can't do anything anyway. Whew. I'd be pretty mad at you if they did arrest him. Hey, being mad at me wouldn't solve anything. I know, what about Rachel's dad? Any idea what happened? I'm not too sure myself. Most of it didn't happen around here. What? Yeah, it seems like it happened out near Coachella. That's a long way away. I mean, it's actually that far. But he wouldn't be able to walk it, not in that state. So far, that's all I know. Rachel. Rachel, is Mr. Hendry alright? Before that, can I get a cup of hot chocolate, dark? So it's just chocolate? Or wait, that's coffee. Your hot chocolate's ready. Thank you. Dad's going to be fine. He woke up this afternoon, thanks to Mr. Gala. He got help fast enough to stop things getting worse. He's doing okay then. It'll take a few days before he fully recovers, but no permanent injuries we need to worry about. That's good to hear. I know, but still, it's all because of me. I didn't listen to him, when all he wanted to do was protect me. Rachel, don't blame yourself for this. Please don't take offense. But is it okay for you to leave your father alone in the hospital? His friends are there at the moment. And I can't face being stuck in a room with a bunch of people I don't even know right now. Besides, I really needed to get away for a bit. So I told Dad I'm going to visit Coffee Talk to get some fresh air. And he's okay with that? He understands. He always does, I guess. It's Rachel. What really happened last night? Dad got into a fight with some thugs. He heard them talking about me. Some very, suggestive, perverted ways. Oh, he didn't like that, of course. So he morphed into his cat form and started a fight with the thugs. Why did he morph? So people wouldn't see what his human form looked like and link him directly to me. Some cops went to the crime scene and they found some eyewitnesses to testify, and they managed to find the thugs. Are they fans of yours? No, it's even worse. They work for Mr. Lester. What? Oh boy. The reason why it didn't take long for the cops to find them was because they were already under arrest. Because the party went way too far last night. Whoa, how did it all connect up? They're Mr. Lester's bodyguards. They were chilling after the show, having a pre-party before the big one. And, you know, about guys and locker room talk, right? Yeah, well, that's what they were doing. That was the topic of discussion. Ugh, so there's that. Sorry to hear that. And you were right about his party. I'm glad I wasn't there. Once again, I owe Dad for... Hey, it's okay. The most important thing right now is that you're safe, and your dad made it through. You'll listen to him. He might be out of touch, but he's still way more experienced than me. And he's my father. I wish Mom was here. She would know what to do. You know what to say to Dad when he's recovered. You know what? I'm sure you'll know what to do. You're an adult, remember? But I don't know. And all I know is I have to be there for him when... That's it. That's all you have to do. It might be weird to hear it about something coming from Freya, but she is right. Be there when he needs you, Rachel, and whenever you need a breath of fresh air, you can come here and relax for a while. Guys, thank you. I've had enough fresh air for one day. I'll go back to the hospital now. Thank you for the update, Miss Rachel. I wish your father a speedy recovery. Thank you, barista. Man, what a weekend. Pretty crazy, I know. Anyway, I've got to continue my patrol. It's been a pretty weird weekend. But overall, things are still safe around here. But even with that, never let your guard down, okay? No problem, officer. Thank you for checking up on us, Officer Georgie. Okay then, see ya. Are you gonna leave as well, Miss Freya? I don't think so. I've had enough rest, and I have stories to write. I'm not tired? Definitely not. In fact, I think I can get it done today. Alright, I won't bother you then. Oh, you're never a bother. Besides, the whole book project would have never existed without this place. And you. So, thank you. The pleasure was mine. Now, I'm sure you shouldn't spend any more time on chit-chat. You've got a book to finish. No problem, boss. That was a pretty short chapter, I feel like. No? Just me? Two weeks later. Coachella Festival proves to be major boost for Seattle tourists. More women have spoken out and claimed Morris Lester lied. Initial reports indicate possible herpes outbreak at Coachella. Damn, everything is all about Coachella in this article. And the other day too. Hello! You're finally here. Hey y'all. Yo, hey. Hey Freya. Huh, someone's feeling happy today. Of course. They approved it. We're so happy for you. Congrats. My, do you know how happy I am? Judging from your expression, I'd say somewhere between ecstatically and rapturously. You're goddamn right. Oh my god. Oh my god. How did they react to the draft? To be honest, they're not that excited about the story itself. A story with an unhappy ending, huh? That's what they said. But at this point, I don't really care. As long as they publish it, I'm content with that. Anyway, whatever happens with the book now, I can take things a little slower, because they gave me a year to finish it, with a feedback section every month. Sounds professional enough. Of course, they are the biggest publisher around. Enough about me. What's the coffee shop been doing? It's been great. Met a lot of new customers lately, and some old-timers, of course. Heard Heinz back from his trip to Korea. Yep, he brought us some gifts back. He didn't get any for me? I'm not sure, but he did say he always gives gifts directly. Gift-giving the old-fashioned way, huh? How about you? Things are great. The last time I saw you was before your mini break? Yeah, we decided to go to Coachella. Wow, that event was a mess. Yeah, 3 hours at the festival was enough for us. So where'd you go after that? We ended up in Port Townsend. And how was that? I enjoyed it. Never knew a historical trip could be so fun. Oh yeah, I saw your new profile picture, Aqua. You both look so cute. Okay, I just want to say that, like, as somebody from Washington, I don't know how you just end up in Port Townsend, but I mean, I guess that's, I don't know, it's just super random. But it is a place in Washington, so I guess it's cool that they mentioned it. It was Belltown. It's like a neighborhood in the Seattle area, which is cool. I mean, the devs did their research. You both look so cute. Oh man, thanks. Was that taken during your vacation? No, it was at Max. They had a Japanese-style photo booth there. So, I forced her to take a photo together. You were at Max too, Myrtle? Yep. I helped her out with a bit with the booth. Thank you. You don't have to keep thanking me. By the way, have any of you heard from Neil? Nope, not me. They did send 2 postcards to the coffee shop. Really? Yeah, one's from Coachella. It's not even that far away. Why send a postcard? Hard to tell with them. What about the second one? From New York. What? What are they doing in New York? Beats me. Working on their mission, maybe? Yeah, probably. They stand more of a chance there. Anyway, guys, we're leaving for the night. Oh, come on, so soon? We were here for hours before you arrived, and we need to work tomorrow. Fair enough. Take care on your way then. Good luck with the novel. Thanks. See you, barista. See you around. Oh, the squishy sounds. I don't like it. They look happier than when I first met them. They do. It's not easy to find someone you can be comfortable with in such a short amount of time. Yeah, anyway. Sorry if it seems like I'm ignoring you, Baileys. No worries, I don't feel ignored at all. Are you by yourself tonight? No, I'm waiting for Lua. She has some work to do. This late at night? Yeah, she's been doing overtime for the past few days. How are the two of you doing? Things have been great. In fact, after 10 years together, we're finally moving in together next month. Wow, congrats. But I thought Lua lived with her flatmate. We're moving to a new place. She got promoted recently, and her company is providing her with an apartment. Wow, she must have been a really big deal in her office. Well, she definitely earns more than me. That's saying much, Baileys. You shouldn't say that to a fellow freelancer. Oh, here she comes. Baileys, I'm so sorry. I didn't expect it to take so long. I thought it would be done by... Honey, it's alright. Freya and Barista have been keeping me company anyway. Oh, hey Freya, Barista. Sorry for barging in without saying hi. How's it going? I would say things are great, but not as great as you two lovebirds. You told her already? Only about the moving in part. As you've heard, we're going to move in together next month. Where is it? Not far. I mean, the company provided the place, so they want to cut my commuting costs as much as possible. That's thoughtful of them. It means they don't need to reimburse my taxi fees when I'm working overtime. Oh, yeah, that too. It also means we get to visit this place more often. That's a good point. We owe this coffee shop a lot anyway. Don't mention it. I have a question for the both of you. Go on. The last time that we met, I believe you were going to introduce Baileys to your parents. How'd it go? Man, her father didn't kill me. Well, at least Papa let you eat lunch with us. That's rare, you know. I know, and at least I didn't say no, which means a lot, I guess. It was a good start. It was definitely a good start. Anyway, Baileys, we need to go now, or we'll miss the intro again. You folks going somewhere? Yeah, we're gonna go watch the midnight screening of Full Metal Conflict. I didn't take you for somebody who likes FM's Angela. I don't, but this guy loves it. Hey, you always enjoyed watching me play the game. I enjoyed watching you, not the game. Too bad I didn't introduce you to Myrtle just now, Baileys. He worked on the game. Really? Oh, I'll be visiting this place more often. I'll probably meet her again one of these days. You probably will. No, go, you lovebirds. You don't want to miss the movie. Alright, catch up with you later, Freya. Bye, Barista. Enjoy the movie. There they go. I'm so happy for them. They've still got a long ways to go and probably a lot of obstacles in their path, but they're moving forward. Yep. And how will you write their story? I'll write it as it is. It's beautiful enough, and it has enough drama. That's one way to put it. Anyway, what's that look for? You haven't told me about any of our other friends here. How are they doing? You only skipped coming for 10 days. What do you expect? Come on, they played an important part in my writing process, remember? Well, there are some updates about the regulars. Tell me. Where should we start? Lua visits this place more often now than lived nearby. The last time they came, they were talking about catering and venue. Ooh, wedding? Hyde returned from his trip to Korea and brought gifts. Some are more special than others. He said he is considering moving back to Seattle if his agency allows it. Aqua continued their work with the university. He's still working on small indie games. The difference is, he's not alone now. Very cute. Neil? The only news about them are the 2 postcards that they sent me. Rachel is back at the recording studio and she's preparing for her first solo album. She found a new manager and someone who made the news as a legend coming back to the industry. finally, Freya, you finished your book. Got published and had some signing sessions. Sadly, the book didn't sell well. She still visits regularly now. Oh, I finished reading. Oh, that's the end, eh? I mean, it kind of makes sense because it was like the whole story was kind of the culmination of Freya writing her book. And then that was like a 2-week skip at the end of that bit. Okay, I actually really enjoyed this game. It was very cozy and it was very good vibes. I think the most unrealistic thing, granted, this is a game with like transforming cats, werewolves, vampires, succubus, elves. The most unrealistic thing about this game is the fact that I don't think people would go to a coffee shop and talk to each other like that. But, I mean, maybe I just don't know of any of these places, but I don't know, I feel like everybody in Seattle just minds their own business. It's not really much of a thing to just like sit down and talk to each other randomly and like do that. So I feel like that was just, as somebody who lives in Washington and enjoys cafes around here, it's just not something that I see often. But other than that, I feel like it was a pretty good game. A bit odd at times. I think Neil's story was definitely a wild card, but very interesting in general. And it was a fun game. I would give that an 8 out of 10. I think. Oh? The prologue? Welcome. Hello, barista. Good evening, sir. Have we met before? I'm sure this is your first time here. Of course I've been here. In fact, I've worked here before. What? Wait, no way. Is that really you? It's been a while. You've changed. A bit too much. I've learned a lot about how to live with your people since then. I assume it was a success then? Multiple successes. That's with the new look then. Just trying to blend in. It seems like an earthling immigration agency is after me. Now that you mention it, somebody did visit this place looking for you. When was it? Not so long after your second visit here. Was he a bald guy in a suit? Yup. That fire agent. You've seen him? Yup. Thankfully, I've changed my appearance. And by the way, you can drop the act in front of me. Oh, you finally noticed. To think that such power can be born from our kind. You're good with your act, though. Took a few tries, but there are some timelines where I forget to pretend that I don't have some knowledge of certain stuff. Eh? Interesting. Now I'm curious about those mistakes. Well, it happened a few times. First, when Freya told me about her meeting in the elevator, then it was the first time Rachel visited this place, and the last one involved you on your second visit. Huh? Oh, there was another one right after Freya got her draft approved. Can you show it to me? Assuming you know how I communicate with my kind. Never tried it, but let's see. You'd be in the main story of the game, but you haven't seen everything yet.